everybody. My name is Chris Dozer, and I am one of the fourth grade band teachers here, along with my colleague, Mr. Dave Myers. And we are thrilled you're here for our final fourth grade band concert of the year. This concert is going to be a little bit more advanced than our hot cross buns, but though if you were listening closely, you might have heard that while we were warming up. So as I was saying, these songs are a little bit more advanced. They have different parts, a bass line, a melody. They're a little bit longer too, so these kids have worked really hard. Our first song for the concert is called Pegasus, which if you know any Greek mythology, the Pegasus is the winged horse. So you will hear a soaring melody from the trumpet section, and along with that bass line and harmony that I talked about before. So we hope you enjoy. This is Pegasus.
Mr. Dozer did say longer, not long. All right, so I hope you can hear the huge jump up from February. They've been doing a great job. Our set, right? Our second song is called Rise of the Bladesmith. I'm just gonna say that Mr. Dozer really accommodates so much of my craziness. I'm the one who asked him to go on Dolly and generate an AI picture that had a Pegasus, the Bladesmith, as well as another image that will come in just a couple of minutes. I don't know if the kids have seen this. Everybody has seen it. So, this next song has so many little rests that are in unexpected spots that can be really, really problematic and can be tough. And I just can't wait for you to hear them just totally negotiate and navigate through all of it. So I do want to say hello to anybody that's on Zoom. We can wave to everybody on Zoom. Not on Zoom, we don't say that anymore. That's watching on this live stream. All right, so we're gonna get going with Rise of the Bladesmith. All right, we're gonna need just a couple of minutes to go over some stuff for next year. Because this is really the end of our playing, so your students will not need their instruments back here at school for any more practices at all. So they are gonna come to their regular morning classes on one cycle day, pretty much to go. So if you're used to them bringing their instrument on 2 days, they're not gonna bring them on any. And they're just gonna have their early morning 9:20 or 10 o'clock class. And then the lessons during the school day, those are done for the year because we're getting the third graders tried out and everything. But I did want to take just a couple of minutes to talk about, and it's all in your program in bits and pieces. Next year, if your student owns any of the instruments except for trombone, baritone, French horn, tuba, they are going to need a home instrument. Their trombone players already got a home instrument, so they've already purchased those. But flutes, clarinets, saxophones, trumpets, they're all going to need to own an instrument. There are 3 really good ways of owning. Basically, buy used, buy new, or rent. And you can rent either new or used. And we have a couple of really great shops here in Rochester. There's Atlas Music, there is Costello Music in the House of Guitars, and they have different levels of renting. And you can rent a brand new instrument. And if you rent it for 12 months a year, a percentage of that, somewhere, I'm just gonna make up a number of 80%. It's gonna be somewhere in the 80% is kept on file. And as you continue renting, you're working towards ownership. So that's if you keep it for 12 months a year. You are gonna pay for July and August. If you choose to return your instrument in July and August, you get away from those 2 payments, but the 10 months you did pay, you surrender each year. So that's a choice you get to make. You can just go to those shops or shop online and you can buy a brand new instrument and just not deal with any of the troubles with it, but you are going to be responsible for all your repairs. If you do a rental towards ownership, they do take care of those repairs along the way. So that's a nice upside of that. Or you can also get on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, which is where we see dozens of instruments at a time that are suitable for your students. And they're very often a quarter, a third, somewhere around that amount of the full price. If you have any of those options that sound attractive to you, Mr. Dozer and I can help you with that part. We are emailing all this home. We are going to recover this in September, but if you take all summer, there's a decent chance you'll find a good value on an instrument, and I hope that any help we can supply with that, or we can offer with that, you take us up on. If you find something on Craigslist, send the link to me and just say, does this look like a good option? And I can tell you pretty quickly from the picture and the description, yeah, you should go look at it. Here's what to look for when you see it in person. And I can tell you I bought both of my students' instruments, my own children's instruments that way, and they both played all the way through high school, and neither one of them needed a replacement instrument all the way through high school. They both were good enough to get them all the way through high school, playing at a pretty good level. So I just wanted to go over that and tell you that that's going to be happening. So if you spend the summer just kind of halfway looking for those things, hopefully you can find the best option for yourself, okay? I'm sorry to slow things down with that, but here's Mr. Dozer with some other stuff.
Those 2 guys are for our final piece. But before we do our final piece, just have some quick thank yous. There are a lot of people that make this night possible and all of our music programs possible. Our Board of Education and Dr. McGowan, our FRES administration, Mrs. Coggins and Mrs. Wheeler. A huge thank you to Dr. Tracy Glazer and our VPA Secretary Megan Fess. Jack Whitmer and Eric Gruner for making it possible to see and hear your children tonight. A special thank you to our custodial staff, Mr. Matt Lazeski, and our night crew who sets all of this up. Our house managers who are always helpful with making sure everything goes smoothly. A big thank you to these kids' 4th grade teachers. What you don't see during the school day is their help with reminding the kids about instruments and getting to lessons, and they know that too. So if there's any 4th grade teachers that are watching, it's crucial, and they do a great job helping us out. A big thank you to you parents for encouraging these kids in their first year of their music education. How about a round of applause for your parents? Okay. And end of year instrument info, I think Mr. Myers covered, so I will just say that we have had a great year here at FRES. I'm so appreciative of my colleague, Mr. Dave Myers, for all the work that he does with these kids. In general, Mr. Myers is the brass and percussion teacher, and I am the woodwind teacher, so it's so fun when we bring the groups together and we can hear them all play together. So, with that said, we look forward to hearing these kids play in 5th grade. You're going to love this last piece. This is Attack of the Garden Gnomes. Of the band, we have 2 garden gnomes here. They're going to magically come to life. Just watch out. Take 2.
Yeah.